again today. So today I wanted to cover briefly how you'd want to structure if you have a Roth or you have a 401k. It would be in your best interest to have more than one stock in that 401k or Roth. In your taxable account, it's the same thing. I'm starting a Patreon page pretty soon, and I'm going to start a list of the things that I have in my account with Vanguard. Now, Vanguard has given me a few problems in the past. I might be giving a link pretty soon to the app called Robinhood. I was looking at that today. But as far as I'm concerned right now, if you have a 401k, make sure, I would prefer 20 or 30 or 40 different stocks in different industries so you can be diversified. Now, I like ORC. Everyone knows I like ORC. But if I had a Roth IRA, I would not put 100% into that as ORC. I've got OXLC, I've got ORC, I've got PSEC. I like Hawaiian Electric in the past. I've bought Yum Foods in the past. Many different stocks if you have a 401k and a Roth IRA. It's in your best interest to be diversified. I've seen different comments lately how some people want to make sure that they told me up front they had one stock. That's not diversified enough. 20, if you can only do 4 stocks, if you're only familiar with 4 stocks, put at least 4 stocks in there. But it is better to have 20 stocks in your IRA or Roth IRA or 401k, and then you want to be diversified also in the other stock, your taxable account. Now, a lot of people say, well, why would I have a taxable account? It's a lot easier to manage. The taxes aren't as bad. If you have a capital gain, capital gains are a little high. But if you have dividend income, if it's not regular income, if it's a dividend income, if it's a qualified dividend income, it can be like 10 or 15% versus ordinary income. If you're in a higher tax bracket, like 37%, and you have to pay ordinary income, it's rather higher. So you want to get qualified dividends so you can bring your tax down. But as far as some suggestions for different stocks that I have used, hold on. Some of the stocks that I like are AGNC, which is a REIT. If you have a Roth IRA, AGNC is a stock that I own. ATAX is a stock that I own. AFIN is a stock that I own. Now, BG Foods does pay quarterly, so I would prefer that you would strongly look at all the different stocks that are monthly stocks for your 401k. You want to build your 401k as much as you can, as fast as you can. Now, I would like BG Foods. I like BG Foods, but I would like that in the taxable account so I can manage the the dividend purchasing and all that other stuff. I'm not sure how much control you have over your Roth account, and I'm not sure how much control you have over your 401k. So in the non-taxable accounts or the tax-deferred accounts, I would, if it were me, I'm not your financial advisor, ask your financial advisor. If it were me, I would like the monthlies, like the ORCs, the OXLCs, the MAIN, M-A-I-N. A lot of these stocks, I would like, if I had a 401k or a Roth, I would like to make sure that the dividend producing stocks that are safe, the ones that I consider safe, would be in my Roth IRA. Now, there are a lot of good stocks that I covered lately. If you take a look at the different stocks that I covered lately, let's see, some. Let me see this real quick. I'm getting back to my page real quick. And some of the videos I covered, it's SLVO. That was a dividend yield, but not the 35% that it was posted on the video. Not on the video, on the comment, somebody asked me about SLVO. It was purported to have a 35% yield. When I did my check with SLVO div history, then I found out it was around 21% yield. And that was pretty close to the truth. When I took a brief look at it, it looked like it was a 21% yield. That looked pretty correct. Goff, G-O-F. I covered that stock. I'm not ready to buy it. You might want to talk to your financial advisor about that one. But if they had the right yield, it's got a good yield if it had the right earnings per share. If the earnings per share cover the dividend, that would be a stock that I would look at. OXLC, PSEC, those two stocks are decent yields. If I had a Roth IRA, I would put it into my Roth IRA or 401k. PSEC, PSEC, that's the BCD I like and own. I would like that to be in my Roth IRA. AT&T or Verizon, at this point, I don't like either one of those. If I had to choose, I'm going with Verizon. The yield is a little low for me, and it's a quarterly, but I would put it in my, if I were to buy Verizon, it would be in my taxable account. So you have to be very careful what stocks you want in your taxable account, and very careful of which ones you want in your Roth IRA. If you have any questions, I'm going to be wrapping this up in about 1 minute. If you have any questions, I want you to put them down below. I want to make sure that I covered. Okay, right now I'm not ready to buy Coca-Cola or Kraft Heinz. I'm just checking a couple more of my, videos. AFIN is a stock I would consider putting in my Roth IRA. If I had a Roth IRA, it is better to have at least 4 stocks in my Roth IRA. I would prefer 20 to 40 to 100 stocks that are dividend producing stocks. You don't have to have 100 stocks. Try to be 20. If you don't feel like doing 40 and you can't manage it, go to 20. Do not put, in my opinion, I would never put 100% of my Roth IRA or my 401k with one stock. Same with my my portfolio with Vanguard. I have a bunch of different stocks. So in recap, is it okay to have a 401k in a Roth? Absolutely. Is it in your best interest to have one stock, even a good producing stock, in that 401k or Roth IRA? It's not something that I would do. You can ask your financial advisor, but for me, no, I'm not going to do that. So I want to say to you guys, have a great day, and I'll see you next time.